Stellantis walks back remote work amidst executive shift. Multinational automaker and Jeep-Chrysler-Fiat parent company Stellantis has announced significant changes to its previous remote work policy, coming as the company has also made major changes amongst executives. Stellantis has shifted its previous 70% remote work policy to instead start requiring workers in office for at least 3 days a week, as detailed by Human Resources lead Xavier Chiraud during the Paris Auto Show via Bloomberg. Chiraud says the company is actively working to revamp its offices to help welcome employees back, just as the company has aired profit warnings about its struggling brands. "We need to be pragmatic, and we are recalibrating," Chiraud said. "If there's a difficult project that needs attention, then it's all week in the office." Stellantis brand unveil Peugeot E408 at the 2024 Paris Motor Show. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares was a vocal supporter of remote work during the COVID-19 lockdowns, especially as the company worked to downsize office space and real estate assets in efforts to cut costs. In recent weeks, Tavares has been under fire as Stellantis has had to slash its profit forecast for the year. Along with pressure from unions in both Italy and the US, given what the situation is today, I feel the need to be with my teams more often, to reassure, to communicate, to help make sense of things, Chiraud added. Tesla began requiring remote workers to report to the office again in 2022, as detailed in a pair of letters CEO Elon Musk sent to other executives and larger staff. In the same year, General Motors GM also requested that employees come back to the office 3 days a week, though it didn't begin requiring them to until 2023 following backlash. Stellantis already started having auto engineers come back to the office more regularly in a shift earlier this year, but the executive says it will now broaden those plans to include RD workers and several other roles. Chiraud also says that retraining workers to prepare for the transition to electric vehicles (EVs) is a major undertaking, with the automaker set to spend €144 million $157 million on retraining efforts. The automaker has also confirmed that it is considering a successor for Tavares, though the CEO will finish his current contract before retiring in 2026. A special committee of the board is currently evaluating potential candidates to succeed Tavares, and it's expected to complete this process by Q4 next year. Stellantis officially announced the news in a press release last week, along with the appointing of Antonio Filosa as the North America COO, alongside his role as CEO of Jeep. The company also named a handful of other executives stepping into new roles. Last month, Italy's largest metalworkers unions announced plans to stage a strike on October 18th at Stellantis Fiat factory in Turin over the company's declining production output at the factory. Meanwhile, Stellantis remains in a legal battle with the United Automotive Workers (UAW) union in the U.S. after the UAW threatened to strike against the automaker over its failure to reopen a factory in Belvidere, Illinois. Stellantis has followed up by filing several lawsuits against the union, alleging that such a strike would be illegal. In the filings, Stellantis also claimed that the UAW was trying to reboot a previously retired jobs bank program for striking workers to continue collecting wages, though the union has denied the allegation. Source: reposted and summarized from Zachary Visconti at teslarati.